Hey everyone, so of course today I'm doing a prom tutorial. I just wanted to do something with neutral colors so it will match any color dress that you're wearing. So let's just go ahead and get started. Of course I'm going to be using a base just to smoothen out my eye and just make sure that I have a nice smooth base for my eyeshadows here. And it's just going to clear away any discolorations that I have. And on the lid, I use this whenever I'm having a light color on the lid. I'm using White Lies eyeshadow from Makeup Geek just to make it nice and smooth and blendable, and taking a piece of Scotch tape just so I have a nice sharp edge and everything's nice and smooth. I'm taking this color from my Naked palette and a large blending brush just to kind of put that in the crease for my transition color. And then I'm going to be doing it to the other eye, of course, and making sure I blend that really nicely in there, nothing too precise. I'm then taking the color Buck, which is a little darker brown from the Naked palette, with a smaller blending brush and concentrating that a little bit more in the crease, but again, nothing too precise. And if you don't like warm colors, you can actually use either like cooler tone browns or even mix some gray in there if you like something a little more cool. And then buffing it again with a larger blending brush just so that those colors are nice and blended together. And now I'm going to be taking this brown purple color with a smaller blending brush and concentrating that on the outer corner into the crease a little bit, but definitely concentrating more on that outer corner. I'm actually going to be dragging it a little toward the inner corner of my eye as well, but just a little bit, but prominently on the outer corners of my eyes. Slightly blending all of those colors together with a big fluffy brush, and then with my pencil brush I'm taking a black shadow. I think I used Carbon from MAC, and I'm just placing the black where I would like it to be, and then with a blending brush blending that out. It's really important to just use the blending brush to blend the colors and then using a smaller brush to place them. That way you don't have messy color all over the place. So again, I'm taking the black shadow with the pencil brush, just placing the color and blending it out with a small blending brush. Can build that up just to add the intensity of black that you want. I want it to be pretty black because when you're taking pictures, you want to be able to have your makeup be a little more noticeable than usual because you don't want it to look like you have no makeup on for prom. On the lid, I'm using MAC's Vanilla Pigment, and I just sprayed it with a little bit of Fix Plus on this brush and just concentrate it right on the lid. I'm going to be blending out those edges just so it doesn't look so choppy like it does right here. I am going to be doing a winged liner with my Maybelline Eye Studio Black Gel Liner. And then once you put the eyeliner on, the black shadow in the corners kind of get a little washed out since the eyeliner is so black. So I'm just going to be adding a little bit more with my pencil brush and blending it out again with a small blending brush. Just make sure you take your time with black shadows. It takes a lot of time to blend it because it can start to look really choppy, but just make sure you're patient and take your time. Now I'm just tight lining my upper waterline with a black Kohl liner. And I'm going to add these Ardell double up lashes. These are pretty intense and dramatic, and that's what we want for prom because again, you're going to be taking pictures and you want them to be noticeable in all of your pictures. And I put a little bit of mascara on right before I added these lashes. Now I'm highlighting my brow bone with a little bit of that vanilla pigment. And now we're going to be starting on the face. So I'm priming my face with the Porefessional primer from Benefit, just making sure to press that into the skin, and this will really help smoothen out your pores and make a nice smooth base for your foundation. I'm also going to be using the Magic Lumi as a primer for my face. And then I'm taking my Nars Sheer Glow foundation. I recommend a more high coverage foundation. Just stick to something that you know works best with your face. You don't want to try a new foundation the day of prom because you don't know how it's going to react to your skin. And I would definitely suggest something with a low SPF because SPF is what gives your face that white ghost kind of look when the flash goes off in pictures. So now I am just highlighting underneath my eye with MAC's Prep and Prime in Radiant Rose and blending that out with my Sigma tapered kabuki brush. And then to conceal underneath my eyes, I am using my MAC Prolongwear concealer in NC20, and I'm using that with the Beauty Blender and some Fix Plus just to make sure I blend that nicely and get a nice full coverage under my eyes. Now I'm setting that with Bare Minerals Well Rested, and this is just going to be setting that concealer. And then moving on to the face, we're setting that with Nars setting powder in the color Mountain. And then to contour my cheeks, just to make a nice thin line, I'm using Buck by what is this? Oh yeah, the Urban Decay Naked palette, just to kind of make a nice contour line. And then bronze with Nars Laguna bronzer, just pretty much outlining and framing my face, just so I look nice and bronze in all those natural places. And then we're going to be moving on to blush. I'm using MAC Margin Blush. This is a really nice sheer tone peach color. And of course, we're just using that on our cheeks with a Sigma angled brush. And then with my stippling brush, I'm just going to be blending all of that together. No harsh lines, a nice and blended foundation and powder. And highlighting with MAC Soft and Gentle, just so we have a nice glowy look on our cheekbones and then in the center of our faces. Again, taking Buck, we're using that on our lower lash line with the pencil brush and just blending that underneath so it looks nice and sultry under there. And then blending it out with a bigger blending brush. I'm also going to be taking a little bit of carbon and a really small, thin, flat brush and just kind of rubbing that right into my lower lash line to make it just a little darker and a little bit more defined. I'm also highlighting the inner corner of my eyes with that vanilla pigment and contouring, again, my nose with the Buck color from the Naked palette. I think it's a really great color for contouring, as you can tell. And then just blending that out. And for the lips, I'm using, I think it's MAC's Cork liner, and this is a brown liner. And I'm making sure to blend it out with my fingers so it doesn't look like I have like a tattoo of lip liner on my lips. I'm using MAC's Myth lipstick, which I always use all the time, and again blending that out with my fingers to make sure it blends, and using a nice pink lip gloss. This is NYX Butter Gloss, I forget the color, but all the products will be listed down below. And then making sure to set my face with the Urban Decay 24-hour all-nighter setting spray. And this is the finished result. I really hope you guys enjoyed this prom look. I will be doing another one. Please let me know what colors you would like to see, and when your prom is, please subscribe to my channel and thumbs up this video if you liked it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!